Okay, question.
No!
Who else is here?
Benjie, why?
What?
I almost had it.
What did I do?
No!
Interrupted
I
his-
was in the zone.
So
I had
scared
the
him.
combo. I had one more move to do Benjie, and then you distracted me. No.
Yes.
Darn it.
Okay, Steve. Situation is at the moment. It's just us three at the moment. That's what it is. Yeah. I don't know who else to say really. Now, as we're doing this, I'm actually playing Final Fantasy 14. I seem to be that's the running theme right now. I'm playing another game while we're doing the podcast, which isn't really good.
I was going to play Assassin's Creed 3, so that'll be... we'll bring that one up again.
Please no. I refuse for that to ever happen. I'm going to ignore everything about Assassin's Creed. I'll cut it out entirely.
Yeah, I have a didgeridoo now.
I heard you have a didgeridoo.
Lana said I should play the intro.
I do want you to play the intro. Oh god, that's going to be interesting.
I don't know how you actually play it, though.
So you're just going to go... I say give it a go. I say give it a go.
Yeah. It smells weird.
What is a didgeridoo? Okay. I think it's in its name.
Weird wood smell.
Which is pretty big considering this isn't even like the finals. This is a qualifier for one specific region. Dota 2 had like 400,000 viewers, but that was for the grand finals.
Mm.
Well, that was on Twitch. I think it may have had more on non-Twitch views. Depending on if they showed on TV, I'm not really sure. Wait, they wouldn't. No, because it's not... Yeah, the reason League of Legends has more viewers is because Korea shows video games on TV. Other nations don't really do that. And, like... I've heard that Dota is more popular in Europe, which I assume doesn't show video games on TV either.
They don't, not often.
Yeah, exactly. So...
There's like it only show like 1 hour per day on one channel out of like 100 plus.
Oh, you have a channel? We don't even have a channel.
Channel 700 and...
What is it called?
There used to be a gaming channel actually. There used to be.
Yeah.
Numerous times.
Remember, there used to be something.
What channel do they show it on?
I have no idea now. It's gone.
Oh.
It failed.
Apparently didn't fail in Korea.
But Dota still plays. So.
Yeah, but I think yeah,
I played some Dota recently actually.
I think Dota is more popular in Europe, and I think is there a Chinese Dota team? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. There is.
But I think League of Legends is definitely more popular in China and in Korea. I think that's why League of Legends is.
Well, League of Legends is definitely managed to pull off to China because think about it, all the splash art is now going more China based. So obviously the splash art they had in China is amazing.
Some of them, a lot of them are kind of weird. Some of
Yeah.
them are more anime-ish, and that doesn't really fit the art style of League. The splash, my opinion, the splash art should be as closely resemblance to the in-game as possible.
Yeah.
Because it's your judgment on if you're gonna buy them at face value. I mean, not everyone can go and look up a video of the champion, you know?
That's true.
Or yeah, you know, and maybe you look at the abilities, you're like, oh, this champion looks cool, but then in game it looks awful, and you're like, what? Splash art was amazing though. Or like, wow, this is way different than that. Like the splash art should represent what the
Just
champion.
say that.
looks.
You look at Ash. Dad
Yeah.
Ash. Dad Ash.
Oh, but they changed Dash though.
Yeah.
Don't drop that dun dun dun.
And Sona splash art's changed. Riven splash art's changed. Misfortunes. Actually, all of them changed. They're getting that way.
Oh my goodness. I can't EX focus cancel. I hate you, Street Fighter 4. Oh, so which League of Legends team is your favorite, Benji?
I don't know. I've been paying attention to it.
Do you like the British team or the Russian team?
The Russian.
Trick question. There isn't a Russian team. Just kidding. There is. I was hoping you chose English because there's no English teams. There's a Swedish team, I think. I don't know.
Blonde
I don't know. There's a team for Evil Geniuses, Fnatic, Gambit Gaming, which is the Russian team. They used to be called Moscow 5, and they used to win like everything.
They used to win everything. How much? When you say everything, it was literally just everything.
Yeah, they were pretty dominant, to be honest. Actually, they didn't win the championship, surprisingly.
Really?
I don't know if they were. They didn't. They were at season 1 championship. I don't know. They've gotten really far though. They were in top 4 in last year's tournament, but it was a Korean team and a Taiwanese team that were top 2. And that Korean team was so good. Like, they're still really good. Like,
the Koreans. What do you expect?
yeah. I think that's why people are like the Koreans are good at Dota. I'm like, you're wrong. Koreans just don't want to play Dota. If they get into Dota, Koreans will be better. They just have a better infrastructure over there for esports. It's just you can't compete with that infrastructure. It's hard. You have to mimic it basically, because like
the only way you can beat them. The only way to beat them is if you go to Korea and join their esports schools.
No, like they have companies over there that are completely esports based. They don't have any other affiliation at all except with esports. And they have it's so easy for them because they know like the people who they have managers that are experienced game. They've managed other teams for other games. Like it took a while, but like they're just better at it because they have people who know how to manage the teams effectively. Half the teams in like North America didn't have a manager for the longest time. Or most of them were just people who didn't even live in the same house together, you know? They just like played like over the internet. And you can't compete with that. You can't compete that with people who spend every waking day of their life together on training regimens developed by people who have been in the esports industry for forever. Yes?
Some of the stuff we're discussing is actually quite good. I mean, we might as well just keep it.
Oh, wait, did you record?
I've been recording everything.
Ah, you bastard.
I do this all the time.
I know you did it
the
last
time.
time. Last time I didn't think you were recording for the last podcast I was on, you sneaky devil.
I've been recording everything. Everyone should know this by now. Everything.
That's why you're the best, Benji. You're the best in the biz.
By the way, I'm waiting for the didgeridoo.
You didn't record when Alana repeated that joke, like
Which one?
a 5-minute joke 2 weeks ago.
I did record it.
No, but then she did it again when we finished.
Oh, I didn't record the second part, no. No. Because it was so bad.
Yeah.
It didn't deserve another moment.
Didn't deserve the first one.
But it was there anyway. I want to hear the didgeridoo. We need you for our intro. Roll it!
I have a controller in my hand at the moment.
Try again. Right.
I also have an ulcer, and I think to play the didgeridoo you have to blow into it and it hurts.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I can't hear it.
Hang on.
I think this is really bad. I don't think this is working. I think we're just going to use normal. I think we're going to go for some normal intro music at this point.
No,
Oh, what's that? What was that? That is clearly not him playing.
it's clearly not
That's
it.
clearly not him playing.
I've practiced a bit.
You're practicing without your mouth. That's impressive. Wow.
Very impressive.
He said it without his mouth. That's very impressive. And on that note, welcome to the Nerdolution Podcast. Wow. I never knew you were such a talented didgeridoo player.
The sacred instrument of the Aborigines is
Oh.
like other musical instruments.
Well.
For the and
It was beautiful.
Steve.
made by ants.
Steve,
Yeah.
You're the most
enough. Enough.
Yes, enough is enough, Steve.
Alright, welcome to the Nerdolution Podcast. I'm your host for today again. This is Benjie again. For some reason we don't have Alana here with us, but I think she's fallen asleep. But with me today we have Mash again. He's here again, finally. The long-awaited return.
The king is back. That's all I have to say. If it were me, I'd play the music that they played in the Duke Nukem Forever trailer. It was a terrible game, great music. And hail to the king, baby, you know? It's good to be back on a serious note.
It's all good. People have missed Matt. People have been trying to get here onto the podcast, speak to Matt, because they love his rants.
That's not true.
Everyone loves your rants.
No one loves them. They pretend.
They pretend.
It's all a clever ruse illustrated by Digi Bytes to fake that we actually have fans. Everything's just, every person that posts anything is just paid.
It's true. I pay him 20 quid each time.
Oh, I don't know what a quid is, but
That's £20.
good.
I'm very poor now because of it. I'm now living in a cardboard box, and that's why our views are only at 200.
You know what? You do whatever you can to stay alive, to stay afloat.
Exactly. Even if it means making yourself not stay afloat.
Oh, yep.
And also with us, we have our talented didgeridoo player, Steve.
With that sombering edition of whatever that song was.
Yes. And in the background, the person saying about Aboriginal instruments.
First full podcast. Just made a cameo at the end of the last one.
Clearly, he's doing a good job here. How are you doing today, Steve?
Meh.
Meh?
Yeah.
Meh.
Oh dear. That is not a good attitude, Steve.
That
You
is
need to
not an
pull it
attitude.
up.
Why are you here today being
Doing
meh?
actually excellent.
You need to pump yourself up for what will be a monumentous day.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
This will go down in
And
history.
it just takes it out of me.
All that playing, you put your heart and soul to it, and you don't have anything left.
Oh, people appreciate your playing when they hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they do anyway. Anyway, let's go to the main things as we usually do. What games have we been playing this week?
Well, I've been playing Street Fighter. Unfortunately, I'm bad at Street Fighter, but I've been trying to improve. I've learned a little bit more about the game. I just discussed this with you. I think you'll probably put this in the beginning. How I was talking about my issue with breathing.
That was that was in there somewhere.
It just when you hold your breath in anticipation, hoping that your button presses go through, and when they don't, then you start deep breathing, and then it all goes down from there.
I think everyone has those moments, sometime or another.
Yep, but a lot of Street Fighter. You know, some League in there. Some Skullgirls too.
Oh yeah, Skullgirls.
Yeah, Skullgirls, best fighting game of the year. Although,
Love it.
yeah, it's really awesome. I wish that the tournament mode was actually a tournament mode instead of just for like tournaments. Like if you could enter into like online tournaments against people, that would be pretty cool. Because like I don't think any fighting game has really done that, where you get matched against other people in a tournament setting.
I think there was one game.
Which one?
I'm trying to figure out what one it was.
I mean, Super Smash Bros. Had it, but it was always offline. I can't really recall like.
Actually, yeah, I think that they're always offline, aren't they?
Yeah, they always do it offline. You know, I think it'd just be cool if you had an online kind of match made tournament because, you know, and you can, I don't know, the prize could be anything really. It doesn't really matter. I think it's just cool to be in that kind of tournament setting for people who can't really afford to go out to actual tournaments. You know,
Going into an actual online tournament, you have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is wrestling. The wrestling game.
Oh yeah, that's
Right.
wrestling.
They had the tournament mode in there somewhere.
Probably.
Good times they were. Good times. I remember entering one of the tournaments and I stole someone's title and ran away with it.
Let's hear.
He was just beating me up, and so we went boom. Took him out with finish and pinned him 1, 2, 3 because it took like 10 minutes to beat me up, and I was just beaten. He just kept on toying around with me, and obviously because he toyed around with me, it's too long. I managed to do a little comeback. 5 seconds was all I needed, and I won. So, Steve, what games have you been playing as well?
Well, you told me not to bring it up. Assassin's Creed 3.
Get out. But is it just Assassin's Creed 3?
I think so.
No, you haven't played any other games?
No, I played Rayman Legends, I think.
What's that like?
So, yes, it's good. It's pretty much exactly the same as Rayman Origins, but it has some of the levels have licensed music. Well, it's not licensed; it's like their their reimagining of the song. That's musical level.
Nice, very nice.
Very nice indeed.
Now, what games have I been playing? I've been playing Dead Space 3 actually.
Have you been enjoying that game?
It has been fun because I'm doing it co-op online, so only way to do it.
Is it? Are you having fun? Now I'm assassin. Are you having fun because it's co-op or because the game is fun?
I'm having fun because it's both. I like the story itself is horrible. Okay, put it that way.
Yeah.
But the mechanics, what you do in it, is amazingly fun.
Yeah.
Because obviously you gather tools or with the equipment, and you can buy them to get better guns, and then you end up customizing your guns, and so you can end up with these stupidly huge weapons. And you go, I love this game. And then obviously you obviously it has the scary moments, but obviously since it's co-op, your friend can start laughing the fact you just got scared by something out of nowhere, like someone just come out of the elevator. You literally open the elevator door, and there it is right in front of you. I just panicked and I started rolling backwards continuously. And he just stood there laughing and just shot it straight away. And then there's other moments like the puzzles as well. They're quite good as well.
Yeah. So
I'm also at the moment playing Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, I know we had to talk about that.
Yes, we did.
Is it the WoW killer, Benji?
It's not the WoW killer, because that was Guild Wars 2.
Oh, oh, Benji. Oh, poor naive Benji.
WoW was actually losing subscriptions.
Yes, it is, but
it hasn't been toppled yet.
It
hasn't been toppled yet.
You can't keep that many subscriptions forever. It's impossible.
It
was gonna happen.
It was bound to happen anyway. You're always gonna have a peak, and then it will eventually start going back down.
Yeah, people don't understand when you have that many subscribers, it does dip. I'm not saying like WoW is not dying. It's dying if it's breaking even or barely making it. That's when it's dying. When it has so many more subscriptions, like it has 7 million subscriptions or so, that's more than it needs, to be honest, to stay afloat right now, to pay everybody. Blizzard makes a lot of money off WoW right now.
Don't they?
And they don't spend a lot of money. Like they don't spend a lot of money really. Like with League of Legends, they spend a lot of money promoting the game, like with esports and stuff. They've taken a hit because their LCS, which is the League of Legends Professional League, isn't exactly profiting by itself. But they're doing it to invest in esports. Like it's a better example would be Valve. Like Valve with Dota 2 they're not making a lot of money on Dota 2. I don't care what you say, they're not making a lot of money on that.
They're not, because it's free to play.
It's free to play.
You get all the heroes instantly.
You get all, yeah, exactly. But they can do that because they're such a rich company. They can afford to take a hit in that department just because they want to get their foot in the door for the esports world.
People pay to go into esports, don't they?
Yeah, so, yeah. They're trying to invest in esports, but Blizzard doesn't care about WoW esports. They're just like whatever. They make WoW is their cash crop basically. They make money on WoW because it has so many more million subscribers than it needs to. So
strangely enough, I'm hearing about a Guild Wars 2 esports.
I don't know. I think
it can happen. It can work. But
it could work.
It's by the struct PvP. That's it. Yes, PvP. That's the only way it was
But,
going to work. You can't have. Imagine esports though, with world versus world.
Yeah, the thing is, the thing about like MMOs is that it's hard to have an MMO esport. There isn't really a lot of MMO esports out there because it's really hard. Because what do you compete at? Like, do you compete with raiding? But because no one really wants to watch someone raid competitively. Like at BlizzCon, it's neat because like, oh, it's the top guilds. But like, would people like really pay to go watch it? Like just that? No, not really. It's neat because it's a part of BlizzCon, but they wouldn't pay specifically to see that. And then you have like PvP, you know. But then with Battlegrounds, so many people, you know, and like with, I guess that would be World v World, you know. And then the issue is, it's what WoW has had with like arenas, you know, when you have a game like that, like with that has PvP and PvE, it's really, really hard to balance both and still keep it like the same numbers for both, you know. Like you can't, like if you do number changes, you know, it's hard to keep it balanced for PvE and PvP if you're not going to have like separate numbers for both modes, which you can't really do, to be honest. So it's hard. I don't really think, the only reason I don't think Guild Wars wouldn't be a esport is just because I don't think MMOs have a big chance of being esports.
It depends. I think it depends on what the what kind of mode it is, really.
Yeah, but I mean, like the good esports are the ones that are.
They're usually shooters, aren't they? They're usually shooters.
They don't have.
Or strategy.
Yeah.
Shooters strategy. Real-time strategy.
You don't really have to know like too much in depth about the game, really. I don't know. I think that's why like games like
and beat 'em ups.
Yeah, oh yeah, beat 'em ups, or well, I wouldn't beat 'em up. I would call them fighters more, because beat 'em ups is like a side-scrolling term, usually.
It used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
The right fighting game term, but
yeah, that was the only fighting game really that was hugely popular. Was like Double Dragon and stuff.
Yeah, and they were proper beat 'em ups.
Yeah, but that was just. Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to see an MMO be it, but I have my doubts that it's possible. It's possible that they could, but I have my doubts on if it will. I should say that, but yeah. Actually, what you said about Dead Space made me want to bring a topic up.
Okay.
Okay. Now, with this new generation of games we're seeing, a lot of games are turning to like open world, and I think I talked about this the last time I was on here about open world games. But I think a lot of games are becoming more open world, and they're also becoming more customizable, right?
They are, yeah, yes.
Yeah. So the linear games that we had are kind of are not as made as much, and games are being, and I mean a lot of games are some games are criticized for being too linear. Now, is it better, in your opinion, to have a game that's strictly linear, okay, with a good story, you know, it's a good linear game, or a good game like I don't know, like for example, Saints Row, which you can customize your character, all your weapon, or all your stuff, about like it's fully customizable, really, or Dead Space, like you mentioned. Is it better, really? Or is it...
Well, the aspects of Dead Space 1 and 2 was it kept the whole horror theme there that actually managed to scare you because you are by yourself. Because it's turned to co-op, the horror isn't as much.
Yeah, because it's hard to be scared when you have your best buddy right there.
Yeah. Now, if you're both scared, then that's when the funny part begins, but...
I didn't find the original Dead Space that scary.
No, it's not scary at all, but still.
Yeah, but do you think
a good example would be Resident Evil?
Yeah, I mean, I think actually I'll rephrase my question. Do you think that the video game industry needs these games that are more customizable to the player, or do you think they need more games that are, or like they're promising, or do you think that we need more games that are linear, focused more on the story of the game?
Well, I think they focus. It depends on what kind of game it is, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's an RPG, I hope they focus more on the story, make it a very good story. But it has to be open world as well. If you've noticed how certain people are going with it. Because people, Final Fantasy 13, people were upset because it was linear, purely linear. It didn't have the whole reputation of being more open world. So it really depends on what the kind of game you're making. If you've already got a reputation for open worldness, you need to keep it there. But if you're quite new, then depending on how the story is, I'd say you'd be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But customizing wise, I've noticed like Metal Gear Solid 5, the new one, that has gone to pure open world now.
Yeah.
And so they're all going that way. I mean, Metal Gear Solid 4, you had customize your guns, like all the add-ons you could put onto them and stuff like that. So, as you say, everything is changing to be more customizable.
Yeah, I think if I can say, I mean, I asked the question, but I mean, I have to agree that obviously if it's a game that should have a strong story should be the main aspect no matter what. But it seems like customization has become more of a gimmicky kind of thing.
I think it's
with video game designers.
I believe it's interaction for the players to go with the game character, really, or the game world. It gives them that. It gives them that extra interaction that's needed. So, controlling the character, you can actually control or change certain things.
But I mean, if it doesn't really benefit the gameplay, like the gameplay, you know, or the story, is it really like for Saints Row? You know, it's there because, you know, that's one of the things about it. Like, it's supposed to be a game where you make yourself some giant purple alien dude or something and just run around the streets terrorizing people with a dildo that you bought from a store. Like, that's the game. That is the point of Saints Row. Like, it has customization because it benefits it. You know, Skyrim has customization because it benefits it. But like, we're having games, you know, that seem odd. Like, the whole essence that every game needs to have certain like RPG elements stuck into it, to me kind of seems weird. I mean, like we can't have we can't have like shooters now without having some sort of RPG elements. Like, we can't have games like The Last of Us with like some sort of RPG elements. I'm not saying that they're bad in Last of Us, but it seems
it's good. It's fun. I like it. It's fun.
Good, but I think we're like, we need to see, are they needed? Do they really benefit? Because when I like some games I've played that have RPG elements to it with like customization, I feel like it doesn't really benefit it, because I would have to disagree about The Last of Us needing RPG elements to it, in a sense that with it's a linear game, really.
It's linear, yeah. I know it is quite linear map-wise.
Totally driven by the story.
And it works so well.
But and I don't think it needed any sort of customization to it, because that's not the point of the game. The point of the game is to immerse you in the game's story.
I like the customization because of the fact that you have to try and survive. You're using tools around you in this apocalyptic world.
But I mean, yes and no. It's just basically crafting, though. You have to collect these certain things, and you have to find these exact things, or else you can't make something. So
you always got them on the way anyway, so it's fine.
It just basically becomes more of a, I have to go search every single room to make sure I get it, less than it becomes I don't know. I kind of didn't get a survival kind of feeling when I played The Last of Us. I got less of that and more of a kind of sightseeing tour, in a sense.
It's a lovely looking game.
It is very good looking game. I will give it that. For a PS3 game right now, it's very good looking. It's very well optimized for this.
You know, it also is a PS3 game. Final Fantasy 14.
Yes.
And it looks very lovely as well.
Does it?
I'm looking at it right now and I'm going, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. I'm in the desert place. I look behind me and there's a gigantic city.
Lovely. So what do you think, Steve, about customization and RPG elements being added to games?
Wait a minute. Chandler's here.
Hey, Chandler.
It's our
I thought I crashed the podcast.
Hey, he's here.
Mention.
Our editor-in-chief is here, everybody.
Hello,
He
I'm Chandler Tate.
used to host these podcasts back in the day.
Back in the about 4 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago.
Back in the day.
Oh, those
So
were the days.
I'm sorry I interrupted you, Steve.
Um,
Steve was.
so what was it? Customization stuff?
Yeah, customization, RPG elements added in games. Do you think? I mean, I guess the main topic that this kind of has come to is, do you think that, because I've kind of seen a trend in some certain games where they add these features that aren't really like core beneficial to the gameplay of it. You know, like it's not, the game doesn't really benefit by having these features. But that's just my observation. Do you feel like you've seen an observation of that, or do you disagree with that?
Yeah, there's that game called The Crew, I think. It's a racing game for PS4.
Mhm.
That's all about customizing cars and stuff like that. I think it's an open world racing game, and it's supposed to be almost as big as American real life.
What?
Mm.
That's insane.
So
Yeah.
so
I need
so
this
what's
game.
the question you guys are talking about right now?
Okay, well,
Yeah.
it started pretty broad, but it kind of narrowed down. From what I've seen I kind of introduced the topic gradually, but
Okay.
for what I've seen, I shouldn't say we, but from what I've seen as kind of a trend in
Yeah.
a lot of games now, that they've migrated to having some sort of customization or even RPG elements of a sort in most games. For example, The Last of Us has a system where you collect stuff and then you get upgrades for your character, right? Now,
Yeah.
I've made the observation that I've seen games that I don't think that need those sort of customization or RPG elements in them, because it doesn't, in my opinion, benefit the core gameplay of it. It just seems like it's just there to be there. And
So
that's,
so you're saying like too many games have it on as like a tack on kind of.
yeah, like it's a more of like a selling point. You know, they put it on the back of the box, RPG elements, just so that they can get people
Yeah.
to buy the game as more of a selling
And
item.
90% of the time it's just like a hassle to go through it all because I don't want to be doing that.
Oh yeah.
It depends on what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
said, Dead Space 3, the fun of it was the customization.
Yeah, but that's
You go to the second, well, you repeat the game again with your new save because you want to get more of the bigger stuff. You want the best guns, just for the hilarity of blowing things up.
yeah. I mean, I think, and then that shows that it was kind of built to kind of facilitate the kind of, you want more guns because it's fun with bigger guns. You know, I think
Exactly.
that shows, I think, at least some sort of design thought about that. But if I
It's
can
like
take-
I just finished up playing Tomb Raider, and they had
I
the
love
most.
that game.
But I liked the game, but I thought the customization features in it were pretty stupid. Like, the way they handled all the as you go around the different levels in the game, or I guess it's more of like a sandbox kind of game. You can loot all the different salvage like crates and stuff that you can get, and you can get them off the people that you kill and stuff. But that's how you upgrade your weapons. You just pick up the stuff. I don't know. There wasn't much creativity to it. It was just basically the currency system you poured into upgrading your weapons and stuff. But I don't know. I kind of agree with Matt on that.
I think, yeah.
I think it was an
and kinda-
unnecessary feature. I think,
I
the more you use your pistol, then because kind of how like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 did. The more you use a certain weapon, the weapon itself leveled up, and then from there you can unlock new perks and stuff. I kind of like that system.
Yeah, I think also what I had issue with was when I played The Last of Us, and Last of Us is a fine game, but the one thing I saw issue was when I played around with the customizations. A lot of them were things that just didn't really seem like I really was useful. Like there wasn't and the ones that were useful costed so much that it was just like, well, what? By the time I get this, I'm gonna be like 75% done with the game, you know? It just,
2-3 times through just to get the most expensive stuff.
yeah, it seemed like they were so high up there, and it was just like, wow, that's exorbitant. Like the thing is, I'm more of a if you're gonna do a customization system, I think it makes sense to do something like Chandler says, like, oh, you use your weapons more, you know, because that says, okay, you can, if you like a certain weapon, you use it more, and that kind of allows you to kind of choose what weapon you like, you know, and I think that's pretty good. But I also like with, you know, because in Call of Duty, what you can do, it's a weird kind of comparison, but in Call of Duty, what they do with the perks, you know, you get a stronger version of perks.
See, I'm not a Call of Duty fan, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't really know.
Oh yeah, but you get these perks which give you certain advantages. Everyone gets them though. Everyone has access to them.
I kind of like how they use it though. You get everybody unlocks the standard perks as you level up, but then to get the advanced perk of the advanced part of the same perk, you have to actually use that perk to get it.
You have to use the perk and you have to, you know, perform well to do it. But I think that would be good. And then like, let's say in The Last of Us, what if they had a customization instead of, like, let's say if you stealth kill so many zombies, you get a customization thing that allows you to reduce the sound of your or of your steps or something that would help you with clickers and stuff. Like, it would, for the more that for the like, or if you choose to go a more kind of run and gun kind of approach to The Last of Us, which I wouldn't recommend, but if you did, there'd be for performing that way and for doing it well. Like, if you die a bunch of times, you know, you wouldn't. But if you
Haven't died barely anything.
Yeah, if you haven't died and like, or if you successfully do a certain amount of like gun kills, you know, then you get a certain like a sound reduction on your gun, which makes it easier to kill people with your gun. You know, so like that way it integrates it into the gameplay instead of making it some sort of separate thing. Like, it keeps it like it doesn't feel like you're having to dedicate your time to, oh, now I gotta do my customizations now. It feels like, oh, cool, I just unlocked this upgrade for Joel and now he can do this, and you're like, wow, that's awesome. Okay, cool. I don't know. That was just my opinion. I mean, obviously you had pretty good points too as well. I do agree though. I mean, there are games that benefit from customization, and don't think I'm saying that there aren't, but it's definitely something that I've seen that it's not for every single game.
Yeah, it depends on what they are. It always depends on what they are.
Some of my favorite games have been games that hadn't had any customization at all. Like, for example, you can't really customize your character in Mirror's Edge, but that's a great game. You know?
Oh, the Humble Bundle for that.
Yeah.
As I brought Mirror's Edge out of that, I loved it.
But you don't customize your character in Mirror's Edge, but it's good because it's a good game and it doesn't need the customization because it's a free running game. There's not a lot of customization really that you could actually add to that.
What could you add to it? What could you add customization for a free running?
Yeah, it's really, there isn't unless
you customize yourself, your look.
Yeah, I was gonna say outfits.
What I hope though for
Shoes.
the sequel is they don't make it some sort of arbitrary like fight scenes that you have to do.
Yeah, they're making it fighting in this, aren't they?
Because in the first game that it was really discouraged that you fight, you know, guards.
You always had to run.
Yeah, because if you fight the guards, you're gonna lose because there's other guards. They'll shoot you.
I mean, sure, you can fight them, and you can nick their gun. Well, not good without doing, but you get shot down by the next one.
Exactly. Like, it allowed you to defend yourself if you found yourself like, oh, there's one guard here that I need to take out. But if there's a bunch of guards, you can't just like go ninja mode and kill all of them. It doesn't work like that. I think
you did. Good job.
Yeah. But
You're playing the game wrong.
So okay. Another topic that I thought would be interesting to talk about is.
Was Matt hosting the podcast this week?
No, I just was kind of bringing up
topics because someone like Alana has
been gone for a while.
Alana hasn't brought she has not brought the topics, but something that's happening right now is PAX. You know, I don't really know much about any sort of news that's coming out of PAX other than the fact that they're hosting the League of Legends NA.
PAX is going on right now?
Yeah, PAX is going on right now.
PAX what? PAX
West? West, I assume. PAX East was in like
Seattle.
It was in the beginning of the year.
Yeah. PAX East is in Boston, right?
Yeah. Okay. PAX Prime is going on.
PAX Prime.
PAX
or,
Prime.
Well,
I guess
what's,
it's PAX.
what's the difference?
Roll out.
PAX.
Pac-
Well, I think PAX Prime is in the West. I'm assuming because the PAX
Yeah.
East is in Boston.
And then,
It
Just-
says
yeah,
it's in
yeah.
what's the date currently? Seattle.
yeah.
Seattle right now.
Yeah, Seattle. It's PAX West. They call it PAX Prime, but it's happening right now. You know, it's pretty interesting though.
It doesn't really
Uh,
say much what's going on right now. There's literally
Well, they have a lot more. I guess it's a lot.
Indie.
PAX, PAX
Yeah.
is more for like the lower kind of like a lot of like the not so huge game companies come. It's not like E3 where it's just like you have like these huge conferences. Like you have like booths, you know, and people can come to your booth and check out your stuff. And then you have like people like Penny Arcade who come. You have Rooster Teeth goes to PAX a lot.
I love
think-
Rooster Teeth. Oh,
Yeah.
A lot of
God,
free-to-play
they had
MMOs
Ruby.
out there too.
Ruby's amazing.
Hmm?
Have you seen Ruby?
No.
Oh, that's Rooster Teeth doing that.
But I
So
feel
good.
like, oh yes, Microsoft. I read on a Digi Bytes article that they said they were gonna release maybe some interesting news at PAX. So
Interesting. So
we gotta
Stay
stay
tuned.
tuned.
Ubisoft.
Go stay tuned for that. Yes.
Yeah, Ubisoft is apparently doing a PAX thing right now. But I don't know. I think it's just I think it's cool because I think it's a lot less exclusive than E3. And so that makes it more of a less of a big promotion for video games, more of like a yo, come check out some
When a-
games. And
When a
have
big
good
name
time.
shows up, they go, "Oh, it's a big name," and everyone goes to see it because it is a big name at a small place.
Here, I have their schedule. It says Ubisoft is. What are they doing? They're pretty much just going. They're showing off a new Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag demo. Rayman Legends. They're gonna have a sneak peek at the. They're gonna be giving out sneak peeks for the platformer for consoles.
Now that's a game.
Did they already come out? What
Rayman
system did that
Legends-
come out
wait.
on?
Rayman Legends.
UK earlier, or Europe earlier than.
Wait, Legends.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, Steve,
I
you
thought
had
Origins
the
came
review
out.
up.
I thought Origins came out.
Origins
Origin.
came like a year or 2 or 3 ago.
Well, it shows how much I pay attention to Rayman.
Big fan over here. They're also
today.
showing off the Crew, which is their new open world racer.
There we go.
Across the
Yeah.
U.S.
The crew, the crew looks pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I thought it looked pretty cool.
Because- Yeah, I think it looks interesting because a lot of racing games are just like you race. Like it doesn't feel like there's like a point to the racing. You know,
I'm hoping you can get out of the car. They haven't really said. They haven't ever showed that. I wonder if you'll be able to get out of the car. If it's
Yeah.
an
That's
open world
important fact.
game, like
That's the important fact. You have to get out of the car. Why is that important? I'd rather just drive about everywhere. I wouldn't want to get out of the car.
The whole idea is that you drive around and you have that with the crew with your friends and then you face.
Yeah.
Start a crew with your friends.
Yeah, I think it's cool because it's just like
Exactly.
it's pretty cool.
I've never played Need for Speed: The Run, but I was always interested in how. I thought the gimmick behind the game was cool about how you could, if the cops were chasing you at certain points, you could get out of the car, try to lose them like in the streets and stuff, and then get back into your car.
That's
It's
pretty
just
good.
easy.
Yeah, but when you lose your car, because obviously the police would be.
Well, then you could get out of the car, cut through a building, jump into a car on the other side of the building.
Oh yeah.
That would be cool.
It says it's a spiritual successor to Driver San Francisco. So I don't know. Driver allowed you.
Oh.
Yeah, driver. Yeah. There's a
You
lot of
could get
shooting
out of the
elements though in Driver. In the end, they tried to do some shooting. That didn't
Yeah.
go so well.
Crew.
Yeah, so I don't know. It says I read that it said it was this was on Crave Online. They stated that it is the spiritual successor to the hugely underrated Driver San Francisco. So I don't know. It depends.
I think there's.
Hugely underrated. That's really.
I don't know.
Has anybody here?
That's
So
right.
you've all played Driver San Francisco before in the past?
Hugely underrated.
I don't know if underrated would be the best word.
Crap. Would be the better
Just
word.
like the art style, it's kind of like muddy because it's really weird.
I think it's designed to be that though.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but okay. Ubisoft.
And then the other thing here it says, is. They're showing off the companion app for Watch Dogs. I don't think
Oh,
they've
yeah,
have they showed that off yet?
Well,
think
it
they
is
have.
interesting what the idea was, where literally one person using the app is in fact the police officer in a helicopter, and he has to try and stop the player.
Oh,
I like
really?
that. Yeah, that's the idea of it.
Okay.
And basically you can stop blockades and all that sort of things
Mhm.
for the person driving around it. And obviously the person on the app's trying to stop them entirely. And it's a lot of fun, the idea of it.
I wonder if you'll have to be connected to
Interactivity.
like a Wi-Fi connection to do that, or if you could do that on the go.
Oh, that'd be
That's
so
interesting.
funny. Just randomly on a train or something like that, and then just go, okay, take my iPad out.
Go ruin someone's
Go
day.
ruin someone's day while we're going to London for a train trip for like an hour. There we go. That person's been ruined. All right, I'm off. I'd love to do that.
I thought the other game it says they're showing off is the Mighty Quest for Epic Loot. I think that game looks pretty fun.
I actually have something to say about that game.
Yeah.
Okay, so about that game is that okay, so I got into the alpha for that game, right?
Yeah.
And because I thought the game looked really interesting, because it actually threw me off because it acted like it was going to be some sort of like childish game, but then they pulled the rug out from under you. But they've added some elements. I don't know if they took them away. The last time I played was a while ago, but they had some elements in the alpha that I thought was pretty weird. Like you could actually, for real money, buy certain elements for your dungeon, like for real money. I understand it's a free-to-play game, but like allowing the player to buy things to make their dungeon more powerful, that kind of makes it pointless to play.
Pay to win.
It is pay to win.
Can we mention a game that was pay to win?
The War Z, is that what you're
It
getting
can
at?
burn. I will destroy it.
It may
Every
be,
pay to win game
Benjie,
deserves to
Benjie,
die.
It may be. It's probably worse than the War Z in terms of pay to win.
Oh.
You could buy.
Really?
You could literally have a higher level dungeon than you could possibly obtain.
Well,
because you could buy everything.
is the high level dungeon like obtainable? In the War Z, you couldn't do anything.
Well-
You could not. You
Well,
could literally
even if
not do anything without like buying a weapon with
Well,
real money.
technically, you think about it in the War Z, if you killed someone, you nick their pay to win stuff. Then you go, yep, that's mine now.
But like you can obtain it, but that doesn't mean it's any more fair. Just because
Is
you
it,
can
is it hard
obtain
to get to that point though?
Yeah, it is. That you can get end tier stuff by paying for it.
Right at the beginning.
Yeah, because you can buy certain things that allow you to get those. If you want to see more about it, Total Biscuit made a video about it, kind of showing off why, for instance, why certain items of it were more pay to win than should be. Like you could buy like certain like things for money before, but they didn't really matter so much because like you could buy like really really strong monsters, but you can only have one of those. So it didn't really matter so much because you can only have one of them. You know, so you couldn't just flood your dungeon with that strong monster because you couldn't. You just didn't matter. So it wasn't. It was a little bit, but not too much. But my goodness, like they added so many features that just make it so that paying money is just. I think that you shouldn't feel obligated to pay money just so you can keep up with other people.
Yeah.
It should be that you pay money because you enjoy the game and there are certain things you want to get, like certain like maybe clothing stuff or other things that are just frivolous things, you know.
Mhm.
Like I mean you can like have like XP boosts or something. I don't think that really matters too much. But when you're straight out allowing them to buy certain items of the game for money, it's you're on a slippery slope there, you know.
Yeah.
And
For sure.
and you're gonna have like it's gonna turn away the people who would actually play your game because they don't want to play because they're just like, why do I want to play? All the people have stuff that's better than
I'm
me.
kind of game with like starter packs to get them like off their on their
starter
feet, like
packs.
off the ground and everything. But
That's a good idea. Starter packs.
If there are a starter pack that you could buy for real money, I would be too bad that you can buy like more powerful things that you shouldn't be able to.
Mhm.
And that's just not right. that's not You know, you can't play WoW and buy epic items at level 1. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't. It's not how any game is really designed to work. It takes away kind of the hard work and dedication you put into the game, which kind of takes away because like you use like, oh, I can work hard, but I'm not gonna be rewarded because this guy's gonna still be twice as strong as me and still be the same level.
There is definitely a way to put it this way. You don't get any satisfaction out of it if you pay to win either. There's no satisfaction.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it should.
It's not the same as if you've worked for it.
And then you just regret throwing the money away on something.
Yeah, I mean, I can go back to Guild Wars 2 about this. I can go to Guild Wars 2. People can buy a legendary weapon, but you won't feel the same unless you made it yourself, that you gathered everything.
But you can buy a legendary weapon.
You can buy a legendary weapon now, with actual gold. You have to obviously save up to gold, but obviously the pay to win way, people can literally just buy gems and then turn that all to gold.
You can convert gems into gold.
Yeah.
That's not a good market.
Yeah, but the thing is, the conversion rate is so much. You're probably gonna have to spend quite a bit of money to get a legendary.
Yeah, I can understand if it's just such a low conversion rate that it's not really. But I don't think it just should be an option.
Legendary is like 15,000 gold.
Yeah, but I don't
something
think it should be an
like
option
that,
really to
5,500.
actually buy gold.
Hmm.
I mean, because
It's not good. It's not
to
good.
buy straight gold. Now, maybe you buy
Yeah.
like have you heard what WildStar's doing with their game?
I haven't heard what they're doing. What are they doing? It's free
What
to
they're
play.
doing.
Is it free to play?
No, it's pay to play.
Play to play, okay.
But what you can do is, now here's the thing, you can buy from other people game time using in-game currency. Because they can sell it. So what you can do is, you can, in a roundabout way, kind of pay for gold, but not really pay for gold. So you're not really paying for gold, you're paying for game time that you're trading to someone for gold. So,
What? Okay,
Yeah.
wait, explain that
Yeah,
one more
it's
time.
China. It's
You
China's
you
economy.
can,
Spend their time playing it and then you buy it off them.
no. You can go and buy online their website, game time, and then you go into their game and sell game time to other players
Eve,
for
yeah.
gold.
Eve does that now, actually.
Yeah. Now I think it's interesting.
With the in-game currency or with real money?
with the in-game currency.
That's cool.
Eve, yeah,
That
and then
now,
you can
it
sell that
depends.
stuff for real money.
But 6
Yeah.
months down the road, that game's going to be a free-to-play game. I guarantee it.
I mean, yeah, it depends. I don't know.
Hard to
It's
say.
an interesting thing. What I like about it is they're trying to be innovative, or whatever. However you want to say. it.
Innovative,
They're
yeah.
trying to at least innovate in some way, and I applaud them for that because a lot of people don't. A lot of game companies don't try to innovate and don't try to do something new.
They try
Go
to
for the
copy
cash
everyone
grab.
else.
They go for
copy
the
something
yes,
else.
exactly. They go for the cash grab, and this is interesting because it doesn't really seem like it seems like it benefits them, but not as really much as you'd think, because you're gonna buy the game time probably, you know.
Now the problem with being innovative. I like to bring an example: Sega.
What about that?
Obviously, they were obviously making consoles all the time. The Dreamcast, for instance, that was
Yeah.
innovative,
But that
and then it failed because obviously everyone else, the PlayStation was about.
Yes, when the PlayStation 2 came out, they were very unlucky that something that's something such more advanced than the Dreamcast would come out such
But
short time afterwards.
at the same time, the Dreamcast had certain features like the internet. You could get on the internet with it.
But
could
the
do all
internet at that time was probably not optimal.
56k. It was like
Exactly.
56k though.
For online game, like that just wasn't something that was really feasible at the
But
time.
it was so fun. If I remember what else it was. You had a TV on the memory card. Not TV, but a little screen on your memory card. Which I remember Square Enix, or at the time Squaresoft did. For Final Fantasy VIII. They had
What
like
is-
Tamagotchi memory card.
Oh dear.
Which you
Ah,
could, you could
Damn
use,
it.
yeah, they
Remember
could use it for Final Fantasy VIII. Only for Final Fantasy VIII. And you raised up a chocobo.
Looking at that's got like an email. Do you guys know what Spotify is?
No.
Yes.
They just charged me for like 3 months worth of it.
For what?
I thought I canceled the subscription. Here I'm getting like an update on my phone saying Spotify has just charged you
That's Spotify.
$29.99.
Get rid of
Okay,
that.
I'm sorry. we can get that.
Distractions. Cut that.
I'm
from the
pissed
podcast.
off right now. I just thought I'd bring
Cut
it
it.
up.
Cut it.
I ain't got that. I'm keeping that in.
Cut the video. Cut the video, Benji.
We've just lost one potential sponsor, Spotify.
Cut the feed. Cut the feed.
Oh, we're not buying for Spotify anymore. Screw you, Spotify.
Yeah. Look what you've done.
Okay.
You've made
But,
our
no.
chief angry.
I think, well, yes, you point out when people try to, like, innovation doesn't always work. But let's look at Sega's other innovation. Huh? They
What?
actually did make a game other than Sonic the Hedgehog, and it was good. And I'm talking about Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg for the
Oh,
Game-
what a game.
Yes.
I love that game.
Yes. There is not a single soul that I've talked to who has played that game that thought it was bad. It's a very well-made game from what I get. I mean, from my opinion, but also from the opinions of others. And I
After
think
days. Oh,
I think it's funny. Like, you see, like, games like that, which are pretty innovative, because you are a boy in a chicken suit who hatches eggs to fight crows.
What?
it's the best game.
I've never heard
It
of
sounds
this game
ridiculous.
before.
There's
No.
These games that sound this stupid are that amazing. They always
Yes.
are. I don't know
It
why.
has the wackiest plot
So-
that I've ever heard of.
So what is the premise of the game?
You
again?
are a boy named Billy Hatcher who
Okay.
He's
goes
been
around
chosen by the chicken to save the
The-
elders
yes,
and return the lights.
save the elder chickens by dressing up in a chicken suit, feeding your eggs fruit, and then making a cuckoo noise towards the eggs to hatch them when they get large enough.
What?
I
What?
love that game so much. Oh,
It
I'd like
is
to know the guy who greenlit this project, like what
It's
was going
called
through
Sega.
his
Sega. Oh man,
It's made by Sega. Yeah.
it is made by
man.
Sega. By the
I was
same
thinking like
people.
I was thinking this
the
was like an indie
same-
game or
The same people who made Sonic. Sonic Team made this.
let's put it this way: they used the Sonic engine, Sonic Adventure engine.
what's
in
he trying to save the chickens from?
From the crows.
Yeah,
From the crows. The crows are
Yes.
eating the chickens.
Mark Raven and his army of crows.
Yes. The crows. Don't you laugh now,
Yeah.
but the crows. They're
The
coming for
crows.
you.
They're gonna come for us. Look,
Hey, dudes.
look at Resident Evil 1. Remember the crows and that? Yeah, exactly. The crows are coming for everyone.
You think,
Bytes.
oh, they're just crows, but you know, crows can pack a wallop.
They're scary and they're black.
Seagull steals your ice cream. Gutted.
But yeah.
Birds in general, really.
So, yeah.
Oh, what a game.
Well, yeah, it is a very, very.
Going back to the Mighty Quest for Loot real quick.
Mhm.
Is that game an online only game, Matt? When you played it? Isn't the purpose that you build up your dungeon and then you try to get other players to
Yes.
attack your?
Yeah,
Can
and
people
that- and
players
that's the
attack
issue.
your dungeon while you're building it?
No, like, well, you don't really control your, like, it's like you make a kind of Diablo dungeon and they kind of crawl through it, but you don't control the dungeon, right? So you save your dungeon and they'll go through it, but you can't directly control your dungeon, so you have to make sure that your dungeon monsters and stuff are placed in a way that they can't easily handle your dungeon. But
Okay.
that
So it's
that
not
also,
like so it's not like an always online game. It's like it's basically kind of offline until like.
Well,
Can you pick who comes to your dungeon?
no, they
you just-
okay. The way
is
that
it just
happens is
Randomized.
when you want to go attack a dungeon, right? You go to
Yeah.
a menu and it shows you all the dungeons, and it's based on like the level. And so you can have a bunch of higher level monsters and like a low level, and so that can be hard. And that's one of the issues I have. Like, you can have a dungeon chock full of monsters, but your level's low because you didn't level
Yeah.
it up. But you bought monsters with real money, so then you just it's a weird system.
It's a
It-
weird
it just-
system.
It's a weird system that just shouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my opinion from what I've seen and played.
Do you know the September Games with Gold on Xbox? Free games. It's Magic the Gathering and Rainbow Six Vegas.
That's interesting.
Hmm.
Free games
Hey.
everywhere.
Where you
Well-
can use like the Xbox Vision camera that you place in it, or is it? Takes two.
I've lost him. I've lost him. I don't know what's going on.
What?
I have no idea what he just said. I've lost him.
Do you even hear me?
I know.
Hello.
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 You can't hear Steve?
I can't
Can you hear us?
I can hear
us,
you.
man?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be
Long
fine.
Podcast here.
Here's someone
Nice
making.
section to edit out here.
Yeah, this very very long pause that we had. We can just
What?
put in like a little clip saying, and now the meditation portion of our
Podcast.
Nerdolution podcast.
We need this to calm ourselves.
We'll be right back.
Our
Cue
racism.
the elevator music. That'd be perfect.
Didgeridoo.
Yeah, you missed out didgeridoo earlier. Oh my god.
Excellent.
The playing, you'd be amazed at how good Steve is at didgeridoos. he has blessed us with our intro music for this week.
That's the intro song? What?
That is not that. No.
That was.
What was that?
That was a terrible attempt of redoing what you just did.
Oh.
Oh, dear.
Rookie.
He's going to be Australian for us this week.
You are.
Well, that's a lie, mate. Didgeridoo's Australian. But back on topic.
Back on topic. On a topic.
On a topic.
Some topic.
Yes.
Does anyone have a topic?
I'm very lost this week, apparently.
Don't have. Do we have set topics going into the podcast?
We usually do.
Wow.
Usually is the key
Way to
term
be-
right now.
We prepared here.
Okay, cool. Oh,
Well, it's Halo 5 story.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. They leaked,
Yes.
didn't they? Slightly, a little bit.
Basically, they revealed it. Microsoft have revealed it on their pre-order page. The actual Halo 5 story.
Silly wench.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Halo 5.
Halo 5.
Well, the Xbox One Halo.
Xbox One.
Halo 5. I'm googling this.
It looks
Xbox
amazing.
One.
Actually, the trailer does anyway.
Yeah.
They released a trailer too?
Yes.
Or are you talking about the E3 teaser?
Yeah, E3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Basically,
that's really a
a mysterious data chip in a galaxy where sentient life is mercilessly hunted. Now,
Master Chief confronts a new battery of challenges and tests in a Herculean effort to stay alive in a galaxy where sentient life is mercilessly hunted.
yes, he is actually carrying that mysterious data chip. Again.
Is that a continuation on from 4? Did he get a mysterious
Well-
data chip in 4?
What was it? At the end of 4, didn't he
I've
end
never
up
played
on
that.
spoiler alert?
Spoiler alert.
Didn't he
At the
end
end
up
of Halo 4, he turned into Master Chef from Road Rage.
Damn right he did.
I played the beginning of the Halo 4 campaign and I didn't like it.
I think in the end, didn't he end up on that planet?
A planet. What planet? A planet. Yes,
Planet,
yes. He
yes.
did end up on the planet of Alderaan right before the Death Star
Yes.
was charging up its laser. Thus directly tying the Halo series to the Star Wars
Yeah.
series.
But saying that, well, as Matt distracted us from that point, let's continue on from where Halo 4 left off.
Okay.
Actually, you know what's really bad? That's still from the Xbox One Halo trailer I'm looking at. It looks like a Jawa. It actually does. From behind, it
Jawa.
looks like a Jawa. A really good looking Jawa. Brilliant.
Oh dear.
Okay. Well, that
Here's
note,
something,
we've
the
got Star
Xbox
You've
Wars.
heard it here
Five.
first, folks. Halo and Star Wars take place in the same universe.
Here's an the Xbox Live Marketplace was renamed to the Xbox Game Store as of
Yes,
today.
because they no longer accept points.
Oh, is that why they changed the
It's
name?
changed, yes.
No, because
I
they,
didn't know they were changing the name. I knew they were changing the points, but
it was because
That's
they have the Xbox Music Store and the Video Store, I think.
Yes.
Huh.
Replace Microsoft points with local currency.
Yeah. Thank God.
So it'll be the price is still the same.
I don't use my Xbox that much actually.
The price.
If a game's coming out for the PS3 and the Xbox 360, I get it for the PS3.
Why?
You have to sit through the 2-hour install. It's-
Yeah, but once it's installed, you do nothing.
That's one thing I like. Well, I have the 4 GB Xbox Slim, so I don't have space to install games.
Yes.
And I hate how half the games now for the Xbox 360 are on 2 discs.
Oh, there is
that's
something we have actually said. There's something we should definitely go into Nintendo.
No. Oh,
Yes.
hey-o.
Oh,
The 2DS.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. How do
The
I forget
pinata of
2DS?
Look at that.
The dumbest decision they could ever go.
It is, but at the same time it isn't, because it's
No,
very
Benji,
clever.
stop.
Think about it.
Benji, stop.
Think about it. Stop it, right?
It's a
This-
terrible design.
This is their way to get. It's a terrible looking thing. I know that it looks horrible.
If there's kids out, they designed this strictly for kids and if there's kids out there that still don't have a 3DS, it's been out for like what two years now. Then
It's
I
still.
don't think this is gonna be
I mean, it's
an
the.
exciting announcement for them.
All it
It's
has-
not. It's only like $20 cheaper than the lowest tier model of the 3DS.
Yes, yeah, the
So,
original mod.
It's not like groundbreaking here.
But it's for those people who don't want to strain their eyes. Also, if you want to go for a cheaper alternative, and if you don't, that way you can buy 3DS games without the 3D. What?
Yes.
Why? Actually, why?
Because okay,
It's cheap. It's cheaper, and people they'll get a bit more money out of it. Sure, but
okay.
there's no 3D effect. You want the 3D effect for a 3DS game. If you're playing Pokemon X and Y, you want to see a Pokeball coming towards your face.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, obviously, it's not that kind of 3D. We're just like, whoa, look out, and then the finger like pops out the screen. Like, it's not that kind of cheesy 3DS. It's more like adding depth to it. But I think.
I think some of the games look really cool with the
They do.
3D.
Okay, well, here's what I think, and I told this to Chandler earlier. Okay, when the 3DS was announced and the whole 3D feature was kind of put out there, a lot of people had complaints about it, and a lot of people defended it and saying that it wasn't just a gimmick. You know, Nintendo isn't a company of gimmicks, right? But now that they're making a console, okay, that is the 3DS without the 3D, that's kind of like admitting, okay, well, our games don't really need the 3D. That's like admitting like it's just it's a gimmick that you don't need the 3D for the gaming experience. Like, the games could do without it, because if the games needed it, then they couldn't make this. Then the 2DS wouldn't be something they would make, right? But
It was just 3D at the time was just a big fad.
Mm.
You could not a single tech company wasn't developing 3D TVs, 3D laptops, 3D. You had the 3DS. Everything that was coming out was 3D. Even the movies, the games, and now
Here's something
you don't see
hilarious.
any movie. Now you don't see any games. You don't see any new TVs or computers coming out that are that are being advertised as 3D devices.
I've got a fun fact for you. The 2DS can take 3D photos, but because it's a 2D console, you can't
what?
you can't actually see it in 3D. So you have to transfer it to a 3DS to view them in full 3D.
So
That's-
they could have dropped the price probably by $10 if they would have just added on the 2D camera versus the 3D camera,
And you'd be there.
and it could have been like what, 119? Is it 129? Is that the price?
Well, let's see. The UK expected price is going to be £110. The current price for the US is $129. Isn't it?
That's what yep, 129.
Yeah, 129. So yeah, they could have probably just dropped the price a little bit. But everything's there. Every bit of the feature of the 3DS is there except for the 3D. So they have literally all they've did is just remove the dual screens.
Oh.
That gives
Wait.
you the depth.
Oh.
That's how it works. Two screens go back and forth. Yeah, both same pixels.
I wonder how that works for game development wise. When companies do set out to make these games, I wonder how making the game for 3D and 2D works. I wonder.
Well, I think
I think the game is simply done because all it is, the 3D effect is given via two screens. All it does is
Yeah.
that the game is made for one screen, I'm guessing, and the only way to get the 3D effect is by adjusting the 2D
Yeah.
screens go backwards. The other one to give that 3D effect.
Well, I don't know. Is that on the 3DS? That's what it does.
That's what it is. It's just two screens, same pixels, same size, and the depth slider moves one screen back. Give that effect.
Is there no way of the 3DS to just turn the 3D off?
Yeah, and when you turn the 3D off, you just bring the screens back together,
2DS.
which is very clever. It's cheap, but clever. Let's see. Corsair launches host of a new gaming.
Who's gonna buy Farming Sim 13?
I can't even say any words today. Okay. Corsair host of new gaming stuff. There we go. Stuff. Basically, they're showing new headsets, a gaming keyboard, 2 gaming mouse mats. Gaming mouse mats, not mouse. Let's see, the headsets range from $50 to $150. And they got some nice looking. It's good. Very nice.
Nice.
Very nice. The other 2 are part of the Raptor line. The Vengeance 2100 packs 2.4 GHz wireless audio with 10 hours of battery and a 40-foot range. And ooh. Well, we will know what I'll be buying soon. I'll be buying one of these.
What is it? A mouse? Is that what you
It's a
said?
headset. This is a headset.
Oh, a headset. Okay.
A Corsair headset.
Is it like a gaming specific headset?
It is a
It's
gaming specific headset.
general
It has a microphone and everything. I'll send a link to this.
Nice.
It looks very nice.
Give us a visual piece
Right.
here to look at.
Because everyone's going to be like,
Visual
what?
aid.
What? Okay. So I'm looking at my phone, so it's getting things very awkward to copy and paste something here. If this was a Windows phone and I was using a Windows 8, I could just swipe this on here right now. No, it's not going to happen.
Now we've lost Apple as a sponsor as well.
I said it's not going to happen because I don't want to have that.
Oh, you don't like that feature?
I don't like that feature.
Where you can split
So
the
we've now
screen.
lost Microsoft. So now, from now on, all our podcasts and our gaming stuff is now made on Macs
Yeah.
because they're good for gaming, aren't they?
That wasn't those weren't sarcastic laughs.
Yeah.
That's why they were.
Do Mac computers even have dedicated graphic cards in them? I think they only have the mobile ones.
They only have the mobile ones, yeah. I'm looking at it here. I've got it here. There we go.
That's like there was a new MSI like all-in-one gaming computer. It's like a 27-inch like monitor, and it has like a GTX 670M graphics card built into it. It's like I believe it's a 2500 or so by 16. I don't know the exact dimensions, but it's like 2500 by 1600
Wait,
resolution.
I've linked
Is it-
you the wrong one. I've linked you one from 2011. Right, that's the one that
Wow.
you need. That's my bad.
Well, okay.
There we go.
Benji, you're supposed to stay on top of this.
I've got
Wow.
the wrong one.
Okay, so all in favor of voting for a new host?
Hey.
Just kidding. Oh, Benji.
17th September.
No trust, confidence. Vote of the trust.
There we go. The headsets, look at that. If you scroll down a bit. I might buy one of those. They look very nice. There's a noise cancelling mic. These noise cancelling mics never work. Just so you know. Never work. Memory foam earbuds and headband. I've got that already on my Turtle Beach headset. That one goes away around it. An inline remote. Ooh.
Should we
Oh, you use a Turtle Beach as well?
I use a Turtle Beach, yes.
Do you have the PX3 or
I-
what the wireless
I
one,
use-
whatever it's called?
I used a wired one.
Okay.
Yeah. The PX.
I like the Turtle
21.
Beach because it's a universal headset. Is this one universal?
Yes.
The one
it
you
is.
linked it?
Yeah, this is
Of
actually
course.
supposed to be a PS3 headset.
Okay, so then yeah, most
So
likely it is.
it is universal. Yeah, it's plugged into via USB. It's useful, very useful.
Do
And that's
all
right,
Bluetooth
people.
headsets that can be wired work for the Xbox 360? Like if you plug into a USB port?
I haven't got a clue. I've never tried.
Never
that.
tried.
Never tried.
You have both, don't you?
No, I don't.
Hmm.
Oh, you don't. Okay.
I'll have to go find someone's house and go to their 360 and go, sorry, I need to borrow this for a moment, and plug a headset in there and see what happens.
It's for an experiment for
Yeah.
my volunteer job, I swear.
I'm not stealing it, no.
We'll be back next week.
If I'm not back next week, by the way, hosting this podcast, it's likely that I've been arrested. And,
Stealing an Xbox
Stealing-
360.
and yeah, exactly, in front of their faces. So yes. On that lovely note, we'll move on to the next topic.
Cheers.
What's our next topic?
Well, I was hoping someone else had one. It's
Um,
going very well.
Okay, here's one. The World of Warcraft movie is gonna begin
Oh,
filming.
please.
Yeah.
The World of
2014.
Warcraft movie. Wow.
The exact date is
Wow,
January
indeed.
15th.
Wow, indeed. Do you like that?
Oh, Benjie.
I tried.
Benji, you're so humorous with your British sensibilities.
It's a better pun than the manners. Just going that way. It's well timed.
That's all I got.
That's it. That is it.
The news article is just, it begins filming on January 13th, 2014. The director is a guy named Duncan Jones.
The question is
Anybody
though,
recognize his name?
why are they making that? Why?
I don't know.
It's
Or
not
maybe
gonna be
maybe
good.
it'll help reinvigorate the game, get a little more popular, people resubscribe. They're not the ones funding it. It's just they've sold the rights to a company to film the movie.
Hmm.
Or maybe it's because it's just a great movie. It's gonna be great
On another
possibility.
note,
I'm interested to see what Ubisoft will do with the Assassin's Creed movie.
I
They're
think
pen-
Assassin's
they're-
Creed movie
They're
could
penning
work.
the script as-
Assassin's Creed movie could work.
No, it couldn't. It's bad.
It could.
I think
No, because who's gonna portray the lifeless and kind of disinteresting character that is
Desmond.
whoever Desmond? Yeah, who is
Me.
going to
Me.
be as boring?
hopefully they just do it the way they just jump, like sort of how Black Flag is doing. How you just start off right away as Edward Kenway. You skip all the Desmond crap. That's how Black Flag is handling it.
But then it won't be Assassin's
you
Creed.
have the-
It
you
won't be
have the
Assassin's Creed without the
elements.
Animus. You need the Animus.
So is that
That's
not being-
just they have it as a completely optional feature now. You can just play as Edward Kenway the whole time and pretend the Animus never existed.
But the thing is, how will we be playing as Desmond? No, I won't say anything there. We've spoiled that already in the first episode of the podcast. So track back there to know what happens. But how can we be playing as him? It'd be someone else.
I don't think Desmond's in the game.
No, he's not. He's long gone.
I haven't finished
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 3 yet.
Sorry, Steve.
Sorry, you spoiled it for me like 5 weeks ago. I know what happened next
It's-
to Kira.
It's brilliant.
We
Anyway,
should put spoiler warnings all over this video.
we always put spoiler warning. Anyway, let's see.
Spoilers everywhere. If you've played any sort of video game and you don't want to know the ending to it, don't
Don't-
watch this. We
don't
spoil
listen to us.
everything.
We've
I
already
don't see
spoiled
why
half
they
the
need to
lives
have
of
the Animus. But
Yeah.
just why can't you just make the game in a like a fictional historical games? Like why do they need the Animus anymore?
to make
Nobody likes it.
Other people do
Nobody
like
likes it. It's the
People
most
like
complained
it.
about feature in every game.
Who hated the Animus?
I did.
Everybody, all the
Why?
critics hated the Animus.
It gave it that extra flair. Okay.
It was a hassle.
But anyway,
Which game was it? I think it was Revelations, where they had all those required
stuck-
Desmond
oh,
missions. Those
that's
were
probably what
awful.
ruined it. That's what ruined it.
That was awful.
That was what ruined
Or
it.
no, maybe that was no, I swear it was
Revelations,
Revelations.
Revelations where you had a corrupted memory and you had to try and get your memory back.
No, which one was it? Was it Assassin? No, then it was
That's
Assassin's Creed
that's
3. Where you
Revelations.
had all the Desmond missions.
Yeah, it was you had to do that. You couldn't
Oh.
Yeah.
choose not to.
The Revelations one is even dumber, where you're stuck inside
You're stuck
the
in your own mind.
There is absolutely nothing to do. It's awful.
Except
Oh, there was
speak to
this-
some guy.
There were those first-person levels, weren't there?
Yeah, yes, there is. I remember those. I forget.
They were no fun.
Yeah,
Okay, let's go to movie note now. Back in movies.
movie notes.
Yes, Batman vs Superman will film in Michigan in early 2014.
How do you guys feel about Ben Affleck being the actor for Batman?
Wow, he's no Christian Bale.
He's no Christian Bale. I like Christian Bale.
Christian
I like
Bale-
Christian Bale as a Bruce Wayne. I didn't really like him as a Batman. I don't. I,
He's a
I never
very
got
Bruce
the. I like the way he looked as Batman, but the whole voice just completely threw me off.
Come
and
on, that's what made it amazing.
It was the voice was so
That
dumb.
voice was needed.
No, okay, okay. He was really bad in the first movie.
Yeah, the first movie was bad, but when it came from after that, it was really good.
The second movie was carried by
Heath
what's
Ledger.
his name? Yeah.
And the third movie was carried by Bane.
I wasn't
Because
a
he
big fan.
broke
of him,
Batman's
actually.
back.
Yeah,
Spoiler.
he wasn't a terrorist in the in the comics, right?
No, he was just a villain.
Yeah, I don't get why they had to go for the whole terrorist route. It didn't seem like a Batman.
Well, the idea of these
No,
films, the idea that Christopher Nolan's films,
But it's to make him as realistic as possible.
yes, to
Yeah.
try and put him into a world similar to ours. More.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I didn't really like the
Which-
Batman movies are pretty much. I
Which
didn't
makes
like
no
any of them.
sense, right? Because then they try to make a realistic Superman for a world like ours. When you think about a realistic Superman, the guy can't die except from kryptonite, which we didn't even see.
That wasn't in the new movie. I never saw it.
There's no kryptonite in that.
Huh.
Because it was just Kryptonians versus Kryptonians, really. You don't need kryptonite.
I wonder how they'll handle the. Wasn't the latest Superman movie kind of all about being as real as possible?
Yes.
Had like a very mature theme to it.
Yeah.
I wonder how they'll handle that then with
Batman versus
Batman coming.
Superman one. So,
Yeah.
let's see.
Are they
It's all
going to
good-
pretend Ben Affleck as Christian Bale?
They do
Wear the same suit.
Well, he's supposed to be. I'm guessing this to be based between the time of.
Are they fighting each other in this movie, or are they working
fighting each
together?
other? They're gonna fight each other.
Why are they fighting each other?
We don't know. He's an alien, and Batman's here to save Earth.
Okay.
That might be it. I don't know. We don't know what the story is.
They.
Basically, the story.
Is there a happy ending? Is there like a happy ending to the first movie where he's kind of accepted into society?
I guess there's.
Or
I don't know.
Was he kicked out?
I don't really know. I never saw the end. I fell asleep.
Sounds like a great movie.
It was just explosions. Okay. I wanted character. There was no. Let's see. Ben Affleck. Well, basically the Bruce Wayne he's playing as is going to be. I believe it's going to be based between the second Batman film, and the third Batman film. So basically, yeah, he probably is going to be Christian Bale. It's supposed to be Christian Bale.
Wait, what?
It's supposed to be Bruce Wayne. It's supposed to be Bruce Wayne.
The movie is set between 1 and 2
2 and 3.
of the latest 2 and 3 of the latest Batman movies.
Yeah. I believe it'll be that.
Didn't he like
Because he
go
retired.
into hiding though? He retires and
He retired in the third one. At the end of it.
in the second
Second one, he went into hiding, but obviously he's not. He won't be in Gotham City. He went in hiding from Gotham City. Didn't he?
So he just went off to beat the shit out of some other good guys.
Probably did. I don't know. Keep that villain side of him up.
Got jealous.
Well, think about it this way: Superman saves the entire world, and Batman just gets a city. But then again,
I've never been a fan of Superman. I grew up a huge Batman fan.
This is going to
I've
be
really
the
liked
beginning of the Justice League film, maybe. Maybe. Hint, hint. That guy from Green Arrow, or the Arrow TV series, he wants to be the Green Arrow in the Justice League film if there is one. There we go. Another one for you. Clearly, some people aren't listening to the podcast these days.
What?
Exactly.
I walked away there for a minute and just got back.
See, exactly. Just let me speak on. Any other news then?
I don't want to interrupt him and be like, hey, I'll be right back. Any other news? Game Stick consoles launch next month.
I know we got GTA 5.
Rome,
GTA
Total
5's
War
next
Rome
month, isn't it?
2. Or is it Rome 2 Total War? I forget, they changed the...
Rome Total War.
Starting with... It's Rome Total War 2.
Yeah.
Every game before it was Total... It started with Total War, and then the name followed. And then for some reason with Shogun, they decided to change it and move it to the end. And now I just get confused every time I say the name of the games. I don't know why they had to do that. That launches on September 3rd.
Yeah.
That's my most anticipated game of the year.
We got GTA 5. That's coming out September 2017.
17.
I'm interested in
They're
GTA
forward.
5, but
Forward.
I didn't like GTA 4.
Oh, that's right, the place I'm working is going the 21st.
What, 21st?
But I'm getting GTA 5. The place I work. I'm thinking, why then? Not the release date.
The Wind Waker comes out in September, I believe, for the Wii U.
The Wind Waker.
The
No.
Wind
No.
Waker.
I will cry when that game comes out. I feel like It makes me so sad that they would do that. And
Why?
it looks awful. The game looks terrible.
Why would you
It
show
looks-
that?
It looks like someone turned the bloom up at least 300% on the game. It looks like someone just put bloom all over the game.
For
It
HD.
doesn't look better. It looks worse. HD doesn't suit it. It looks terrible.
Too many colours. He goes, "Ah, my eyes."
It's not even. It's just. It doesn't look good. And they said that they. I don't know. I just don't know about it. And that's just.
It's
all
a
I can
horrible
say.
game.
It's
Oh.
not. Wind Waker is the best Zelda game that's ever been made.
I mean, it's gonna be a horrible game for our eyes.
It's. Oh yeah. And also, I just.
Get
It's
glasses, kids.
It's
Get
such a
glasses.
new game to remake. It just doesn't make any sense. It hasn't lost its relevancy. The GameCube came out before the Wii. It's not that old. If it was Zelda 1, I can understand remaking Zelda 1, Zelda 2, the old Zelda games. I get it. Remake Majora's Mask. I get it. But this game isn't that old. It doesn't need a remake because you're not changing it that much. It looks like they're adding such a minuscule amount of stuff that it doesn't really warrant buying it over buying the original. But you can't get the original because they don't make it anymore, so you're now forced to buy the remake. if you're even interested, or scour through eBay to find the older one. Case in point, Majora's Mask, old Zelda games would have been great to remake.
Yeah.
They would. And I think everyone would agree that they probably do need a remake and some touching up.
But they
Okay?
don't need a remake because that's what keeps the games amazing.
Shush, Benji.
It keeps games
They-
amazing if they don't know they're not made. It keeps the
Benji, come
magic. It keeps the magic.
They don't hold up graphically speaking now.
They
They
keep
don't
the
hold
magic.
up. The only thing that's holding them up is nostalgia alone.
And that's good enough for me.
Well, I'm glad that that's good enough for you.
Nostalgia alone. I still say it's the story as well.
I don't know. Story to Street or Legend of Zelda 1 isn't like
Isn't that good, really? It was just...
it's pretty basic.
Yeah,
you
it
are
is pretty
Link,
basic.
save princess, go.
Okay. You're lost in the forest. It's just 4 directions. Up you go. No. Go that way. No. Okay. Oh, you found a sword. You found the boss. You found a sword. You've saved Princess Zelda. Congratulations. Second one was amazing though. And there you go. Just keep to it. Just keep it how it is. Keep these games untouched. These remakes are what ruin games. And this is done well, which we never see. We never see it. Reboots are alright. But remakes, no. Never.
I don't know. I don't think I own. I don't know if I own actually. I'm looking at my game collection right now.
What, a
I
remake?
don't think I. Yeah, for remakes, I don't think I own any.
Actually, the only remake I have, I've got 2 games that are remakes. I've got the Zone of the Enders HD collection,
Okay.
which gives you 1 and 2, and the Ico and Shadow of the Colossus HD collection.
I actually found
But
one.
These
It
are
is
PS2 ones.
Yeah, I found it's the Ratchet and Clank HD collection, which I don't have them for the PS2. I never played them, so
Oh, I've got the Metal Gear
I
Solid.
figured I'd
Metal
pick
Gear.
them up.
I've got the Metal Gear HD collection as well.
Oh, I got the God of War Saga
Yeah.
collection.
Let's
I've
see.
never played God of War games actually, except for the 2 on the PSP.
See, it's those things.
Huh.
I think if it's PS2 or quite recent, I guess, to be made into HD collection, HD remake, then it'd be fine. But don't touch the really old games. Never touch the really old games.
Do you think they'll ever make like a WoW HD or like a sequel?
Oh,
like,
WoW
you know-
HD.
So you know how like Guild Wars 2. They basically rebuilt Guild Wars. Do you think they'll ever
No.
20 years down the road let's say 10 years down, in 5 years, WoW goes free to play. 5 more years go by, it's basically a dead game. Let's say then 15 years later, do you think they'll remake World of Warcraft?
No, they're making Titan.
There you go.
Project
they're
Titan.
making Titan.
True,
Titan, yeah.
true.
In my opinion, the only company that can truly kill WoW is Blizzard, because when Blizzard decides that WoW is done, they will make a new MMO that will get tons and tons of
Expectations.
They're kind of shooting themselves in
Mm-hmm.
the foot. Now they said they had to like. It was a few months ago they came out and said they had
delayed
to
it till
build.
2016. Yeah, I
Yeah, they
saw
kind
that.
of had,
company that-
had to rebuild Titan basically.
Square Enix still have Final Fantasy 11 going. Still have it going. They're still releasing expansions for it. Are they still releasing expansions for WoW?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So
they're apparently
these-
announcing a new one at BlizzCon.
they won't. They can't just kill an MMO like that. People will still play it.
I think the goal.
RuneScape is still going, for Christ's sake. RuneScape is still
Yes, but
going.
not the good RuneScape. Bad.
It's the
RuneScape.
bad RuneScape. The one with enhanced graphics. Not the RuneScape we love and remember.
I believe they said their goal for WoW is to get players to level 100, and then they kind of like
the pace to-
reevaluate the game from there. I'm pretty sure that's what they said originally.
Right, you're all level 100 now. Game's reset.
The,
Bye.
the level cap's 95 at the moment, isn't it?
Mhm.
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh no, it's 90. What?
It's 90. Okay.
You don't play WoW
What?
all the time, every day, all day.
I played
Sorry,
WoW.
what's wrong with
I
you?
played WoW through the Lich King, and then I.
Well, then again, saying that I haven't played WoW these
I
days.
played WoW
These
in
days.
Pandaria, and I love it.
I'm
and
on Final
it's
Fantasy
awesome.
14 now.
I wasn't a Panda fan, so
I love pandas. Pandas are the best animal.
I thought that
Panda,
was
panda,
the first
panda.
direction they could go.
If you don't like pandas, you're obviously a communist.
And you
So-
obviously want them to go extinct. And
Oof,
that's
oof.
just wrong.
Yep, you heard it here first. Chandler, or McLain, is a panda hater and does not want pandas to have equal rights in our society now.
That means no voting for him for the new
Yeah,
Prime Minister or
pandas,
Pet President.
pandas should be able to vote. It's just
They have to
obviously
pick
the
a
best.
picture.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, dear me.
What was it, Matt?
So, Steve, what do you think of pandas?
Yeah, they're
I thought it was a bad direction to go for the game after you just lost 2 million subscribers over like 6
That's-
months, and then their answer is
Pandas.
pandas. Like,
actually,
Anyway,
well,
I don't.
as someone who's actually played the game and has an opinion that's founded on logic,
people went to Guild Wars, didn't they?
no. The thing about about WoW with its Pandaria expansion is that they added a lot of good elements to the game. Pandaria by far is pretty good. The raids seem pretty tight. The PvP is still PvP. They added a new battleground that's pretty interesting. Added a new arena that's pretty interesting. The PvP right now is at a decent state. There's obviously going to be some imbalances. And best of all, my favorite classes, Paladins, are getting a buff. So, in summation, this is the best WoW's ever been. Ever since, when Paladins were OP, when that was a while ago. And so they're going to be OP again. And so hooray, WoW is the best game ever. Proven.
Doesn't Call of Duty has more players than WoW? I just realized that.
What?
I was sitting here thinking to myself, WoW has the most players, and no Call
Well,
of
no,
Duty.
League of Legends has the most players.
But on a weekly basis, Call of Duty apparently has like 13 million players playing every week. Does League of Legends have 13 million players playing every week?
Yeah, I think so.
I
Probably.
think so. WoW's at like what now? Aren't they down to like not? What is it? 9 million subscribers?
It's in the millions. I don't know.
I'm looking it up. WoW subscribers. I had 7.7 million as of July 26th.
By the way, Steve, you should get your didgeridoo ready.
oh yeah.
When we end, we want you to bring us some ending music with your didgeridoo.
Um,
Is this the end?
It's not the end yet, no. I'm getting to prepare, you see. Get
Yeah,
your practice
we-
going.
on this podcast, we know what topics we're going to talk about.
All we do prepare with the beginning and the end. That's the intro music. Jumped on. By the way, Chandler, since you did show up here, what games have you been playing this week? Because we never did ask you.
Let's see here. I've actually been playing XCOM the Bureau all week.
Ooh.
Pick that up.
What is that like?
I think it's a fun game. But the controls suck. The way they control everything's just clunky and slow, and it just none of it just doesn't feel like it's like a fluid, like smooth game. The controls kill the game. Like the story isn't that great either, but I think it's like a fun game to play. But the controls kind of dampen
Yeah, I
the
don't know.
experience.
I think it was weird.
I
that
would
they
say
decided
wait
to
till
make...
it's like. I'm sorry, what was that, Matt?
I was gonna say it was kind of weird to me that they took a game like XCOM, which is a strategic game, and they kind of were like, let's make a third-person shooter out of it.
Well, it's kind of it's basically, think of it this way. It's like, so in the original XCOM, you control the team on the ground, and now in this the Bureau, you're the team on the ground, and you have all the tactical elements and stuff. But so it's kind of neat that you get to see like what's happening down the ground. But like, it's the controls kind of kill the game. I'd say wait, don't buy it now when it's $60. I'd say wait 6 months down the road when it's like $20 and pick it up.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it's a launch game buy. I think it's wait till the price drops. It's a fun game. If you're an XCOM fan, you'll probably like it, but you won't like the controls.
I won't like the controls. Hear that?
No.
No one's gonna like the controls. Actually, there's a whole bunch of new games. Did you get the Humble Bundle at all?
The Humble Bundle, no. Oh, we got a Diablo 3 review copy for the PS3 coming in the mail yesterday.
Oh, have we?
So I'll be playing that this
You'll be
weekend.
playing that this weekend. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, will it work?
Yeah. It's like the final retail version.
That's
So
pretty cool.
yeah.
Thank you, Blizzard.
So,
I will be paying you some subscriptions fees for WoW. So, I will help you fund your further. There we go. So that's
Splinter, was that you, Steve, that played Splinter, that reviewed? No, that was
Played
Tyler. That was you, Steve?
I played Rayman.
Oh yeah, so that was Tyler who's reviewing
who
Splinter
did not
Cell
pick
at the
up
moment.
the podcast when he should have.
He said he was coming.
Well, I rang him up. He is online and he just didn't answer.
Oh.
So I thought, no.
Interesting.
I messaged Ubisoft on Facebook.
And what they're gonna say on Facebook?
Well, they said they wrote a post on Facebook. It was saying, "Oh look, how many great scores that Rayman Legend has got," and it was showing all the scores on the website.
They showed Digibytes one.
So I sent them my one. I said another great.
What didn't you give it like a 9.4?
It was a 9. They actually bothered to reply. So
A 9.
Actually,
Oh, they replied.
they said great stuff. Thanks.
Did they update the
No, we're not that special.
Not yet, we're not.
darn.
We'll be there one day.
Currently looking at the PS4 launch titles. There's nothing that really pops out.
There isn't, no, because
It's all third party
Des-
stuff.
Yeah,
Destiny
the
looks
best
good
stuff
though.
All the
Destiny.
good first party stuff comes out like early 2014. The only two launch games they have are Infamous Second Son, which I've never been a big Infamous
Not launch game.
fan.
Call of Duty.
Killzone
Launch, is
Shadowfall.
it? It's not even launched, is it? Call of Duty Ghost isn't even on launch. So.
Yeah, it is.
Is
Yeah,
it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is, isn't it? It would be.
I'm just it's just
November.
like
Yeah.
they have like 2 first party launch games, and then the rest is all third party.
Mm.
I thought Infamous
I don't get that.
Infamous was 2014.
Everybody's like, oh, the next gen consoles have such great lineups, and it's like, well, none of the games
PS4
you'll
has actually got a good lineup. The exclusives, the good ones, are on the Xbox One.
do. Let's check that out. Do they have?
Dead
I wonder.
Rising.
Okay, they have Dead Rising 3. Yeah.
That looks good.
Titanfall doesn't come out till early 2014 though.
Mm.
Rise Son of Rome, I don't think that'll be a hit.
We don't know. We don't know though.
I know, but I don't think too many players will like all the quick time events.
Yeah.
I think they'll
Not
throw
big
off a lot of people.
thing.
It depends how epic the quick time events are.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
Resident
have-
Evil 4 did it, right?
The game I think is going to be a bit that I think is the selling point for the Xbox One is Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare at launch.
Out of all
That game looks
Tekken
amazing.
2.
I thought. What did you say, Steve?
Peggle 2. They announced it at the same time as Plants vs Zombies.
Oh.
There's that guy on stage, and he was like, "Oh, by the way, Peggle 2."
And there was no cheering.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's right. I forgot. Killer Instinct is a day one release for Xbox One.
Killer Instinct.
Killer
Really? No,
Instinct.
Peggle
Killer
1.
Instinct is an old fighting game series from the SNES
Oh yeah.
and the N64. It looks amazing. It's free.
Oh.
It's a free game. It comes only with one character,
Oh.
but you can buy it for $20 and get 8 characters, right? And then you pay an additional $5 per character. But it's such a cheap game. You get 20. It's a $20 game essentially,
Just get characters, yeah.
and it's a full fighting game too.
So you pay
it's-
only one. What was the one character you get?
You get Jago.
And what's this person like?
I don't know. We're gonna Google him right now. He is a dude, and he has a mask on and a sword.
Well, you Google him. Let's do. So
Basically
let's
saying
say
it's ninja.
let's say come November, all 4 of us here have $500 we can spend. And you have the choice to get the PS4 or the Xbox One at launch. Which one would you guys
The Xbox
which
One.
go for? You go for the Xbox One, Ben?
Do you want to know why? Because I didn't
No.
pre-order a PS4 and I can't get them in this country anymore without the pre-order.
Is that really it, Benji?
That is literally it.
Okay, let's boil it down to that. If you had you go to the store, there's an Xbox One and the PS4 right there.
Yeah.
And you can choose which one you want. Which
Yeah.
one would you get?
PS4 is cheaper.
Xbox One. No doubt about it. It's Killer Instinct.
Let's say price is not an option. Price is not a
The
factor.
thing is, that is what
Which would you get?
Price is always an option.
price is always.
No, you have enough money to buy either one
want-
of them, and it's
yeah.
like someone gave you the money to buy it and said, "Go pick it. I will pay for it."
I would still go for PS4
And
because I'm thinking about the gold membership part of the Xbox One. You have to pay an extra.
but you have to pay for PS4.
You have to pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not as much.
I think they're both around $5
Yeah,
if you buy over the
Yeah,
the subscriptions.
yeah, it's $5 per month for Xbox Live. I know.
It does seem a bit strange though for the Xbox One to buy that stuff to make everything work though.
No, but you have to buy for the PS4. You have to buy
PlayStation
PS.
Plus.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
the
for
PlayStation Plus, yeah.
multiplayer, which they didn't have for PlayStation 3.
Yeah,
But they did say that they're giving like a 15-day trial at the start.
yeah.
Well,
And you get free games out of it. And
they still haven't shown me that they can improve the multiplayer. Because the reason I like the Xbox 360 better than the PS3 is because
choice of multiplayer, you can get
It-
parties set up and stuff like that.
yes,
You can go-
because
that is
it's
good.
way easier to actually play games with your friends on the Xbox than it is on the
And
PS3.
you can just randomly voice chat to them while you're
Yeah,
playing
you can
something
voice chat with them.
else. While you're
Okay.
playing 2 different games.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. Like, I want to play Street Fighter. They don't want to play Street Fighter. Cool, we can still chat.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what we do on the PC.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Benji sits there and he plays his
Final Fantasy 14.
Final Fantasy 14 and tells me how amazing it is, and I sit there, play Street Fighter, and tell him he's wrong.
Exactly.
Maybe free.
And then
So-
see what
so
the didgeridoo. It's perfectly fine.
So your final answer, Ben, is a PlayStation 4.
I think I still go PlayStation 4 though, but that's
Okay.
it might be because of price. That's the only reason. That's only the price is not the option.
Okay.
Here.
So
So,
if price is not the option, would you choose the
I
Xbox
would
One?
choose the Xbox One. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then on the
Okay,
PS
Matt.
you get so many free games.
Okay, so for me, okay, it is hands down Xbox One because they have Killer Instinct. And
Okay.
Killer Instinct looks amazing. It looks like an awesome fighting game, combo centric, which is what I'm interested in, right? It's a very, very cheap fighting game too. $20 for a game, that's Skullgirls price, and that's about the same amount of characters Skullgirls has too.
It is actually, yeah. But we got all
Yeah,
the
so-
but Skullgirls get all the characters for free DLC.
No, you don't. I
They
don't
do.
think.
They actually announced that you do. All the new characters that come out are gonna be free.
Okay.
So yeah, that's bonus.
Yeah. Well,
Didn't you lay it down the law.
well, because they kickstarted so much money, they don't really care.
They don't really care because everyone wanted
They
the game.
kickstarted $3 million basically. Just be like, whatever, we don't even need to charge you for these.
And
We
then
already
everyone else,
covered-
okay, it's like, okay, guys, everyone send in your submission to what character look you want. They don't even design their characters. Everyone else designs it.
Yeah, but yeah, like it's a very cheap fighting game. It looks pretty. It looks beautiful. It looks like it's very fun. Like, and it's, if I had to choose, it's just like it doesn't really seem like the day one launch titles are really anything to like. If I had to choose whether to buy it on first day, that's a different question. But I wouldn't buy them on first day because there's no titles that just grab me. I mean, Dead Rising 3 is pretty interesting, but there's nothing out there that just that grabs you. You know, you're just like, wow.
Metal Gear Solid 5 is going to be in both of them as well.
Yeah.
So I won't
Not,
be
it's
losing
not
out.
day one either.
I won't be losing out on Metal Gear. I love Metal Gear.
If you buy, the thing is, if you buy either console, you really won't miss out because most of the games that you probably want are on both.
I mean,
And
look,
even
see,
Dead Rising
Watch
3
Dogs-
is just a timed exclusive.
See, Watch Dogs is Watch Dogs is a PS.
Nope,
It's
it's both.
both. But PS4 has exclusive content.
That's like
But that,
It's
but
like
if-
60 minutes of gameplay though.
That's it,
I mean,
but
it's
yeah,
not
it's
not
not
huge, but
It's not
If,
groundbreaking.
but if it's something that's exclusive to a singular console, that means it's really not needed for the story. You'd think, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
That's bad decision. That's bad design. They're just like, oh, one console gets half the story that you don't get on the other console.
it's kind of like the Assassin's Creed games on PS3. You get a few extra side missions you can do. Yeah.
If you can,
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because you can buy it on Xbox and you play the same game. So,
Mhm.
I mean, if you're into that, if you're really, really into that, then go.
If you're completionist, yeah.
Yeah, if you're really like, I want everything to do with this game, then go ahead. I'm not saying you can't. But if you're somebody looking at it in a monetary way,
If it's only 60 minutes of gameplay, go on watch the freaking walkthrough on YouTube that someone's going to do, and then if
Job
it's yeah, I mean it's not that much different
Yeah.
than just playing it yourself.
actually, there is a game coming out that might get for PS4 though. Deep Down.
what?
That's not a launch title though.
It's not launch title. That's the problem.
Early
But,
2014.
I'll get a PS4 for that.
That's the problem with the PS4. The PS4 could be head to head with the Xbox One right now if their launch titles,
Yeah.
or if their exclusives were launch titles.
Exactly.
All of them are 2014.
All their exclusives look amazing.
And the thing is, like, even the Xbox One's exclusives aren't all the day ones. They still have a lot of them that are lined up.
The only ones are. The only one is Titanfall. That's it. Dead Rising 3, Plant Garden Warfare, The Crew, or no, The Crew's both.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's both.
The Crew is-
PS4 and
because
Xbox One.
It's Ubisoft.
They got Rise, Son of Rome,
Forza 5.
Forza 5. Yeah.
The Xbox has on its launch titles, its exclusive launch titles. It has Rise, Dead Rising 3 for a little bit, Forza 5.
What was which one are we missing? We said 4. Which-
Fighter Within, Killer Instinct, Crimson Dragon, Peggle 2. We said that. Power Assault Golf,
Quantum Break, or is that?
Quantum Break. I don't know. On this website it doesn't show a lot.
It's probably
No.
Mhm.
Well, this website.
So what's yours, Steve? What if you could get either PS4, Xbox One?
PS4 probably.
Go Xbox One for one reason. The Kinect will follow you as you swap positions on your seat with your best friend when you're playing a two-player game. When I found
Wow.
that was amazing. Literally, you're playing a game, and then if you move positions, it will follow the camera around and will follow the screen to split, so it actually follows to that point as well. So that's very clever.
And they say that if you're watching a movie and you like look away, then it'll pause.
That the thing,
Yeah, that's
really?
pretty cool.
It's like how could? It's like really? How's that gonna work? How's that gonna work with a whole
Just
bunch
look
of
out the
people though?
window. Oh,
There's a whole bunch of people watching it, and one person looks away, the thing pauses. How annoyed would you be?
Look at it.
I
Every time
think
you
I think
blink.
mine is Xbox One because of Garden Warfare and Titanfall. But Titanfall has come out till 2014. But that's 3-1 for the Xbox One.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I think with the whole rivalry, it's just been, you can say you can.
To be honest, I'll get both if I had the choice.
Yeah. Well, if you can pull your punches, you can use your slogans, but at the end of the day, whatever console for me has the better games is going to be the one I'm buying, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it comes down to it. Do you have better exclusive games and stuff? Then yes, I will buy you. I will not buy you if you make quips about the other console because I don't care. I'm not here for the jokes. I'm here for the playing the games.
I plan on getting both. I want to get the Xbox One first though, and then PS4 later down the line.
I think it's the argument of not which one will you get, but which one you get first.
No, I will only get one. 'Cause I'm done with being a plebeian console owner. I will graduate to the full master race of PC gaming.
As he has said every podcast.
The PC gaming master race.
None of like half the 90% of the games coming out for the consoles that aren't even coming out for PCs now though. Explain to us how you're gonna cope with that.
Most of them are terrible, so I don't care.
They do get on the consoles.
Okay.
League of Legends is one of the most played games in the world, and it's a PC exclusive. So, ha.
Yeah, but World of Tanks is coming to Xbox.
Yeah, but that's World of Tanks.
World of Tanks.
That's one of those.
I can see League of Legends coming to Xbox One and PS4
that's
by the
not
end of
how it
2014. By the end of 2014, I bet you they are going to announce League
I
of
would
Legends.
bet you an unlimited amount of cash that they will not.
And not only that, it wouldn't work.
It doesn't work.
It wouldn't work.
They've tried. They've tried MOBA games on consoles, and they don't work because you just don't. It doesn't.
I mean, the only way
What
I
if
guess the only way
Diablo
it could
3 for the
work-
PS3 turns out to be a hit?
The only way it could work is
Man.
if you control your characters by analog stick, but then it'd be overpowered in that way because
No, because mouse movements are always going to be better than analog sticks.
Yeah.
And everyone's just going to want to play with a mouse than play with an analog stick.
I mean, like maneuverability wise, you'd be able to turn. Actually, it doesn't matter because obviously you just click and go, yeah, you click there and you go click there, you're off, job done. But yeah, mouse will always win. Mouse does always win.
What if you get? I wonder if you can. Are there any games in the Xbox 360 where yeah you can use your computer keyboard and mouse for some of the Xbox 360 games? They let you do that.
Then why would
Counter
you just-
Strike
why would you just
Global
not
Offensive.
have it-
Well, some
why would
people can't afford. What if you don't have a computer?
If you
have
don't have a
X-
computer, then you bought an Xbox over a computer.
What if
That's
you
not
what
a
if
very
you just
smart
what if
decision.
what if you just have like a laptop that you just use for?
You can play it on the
Oh.
laptop.
You
I have a
you only
non-game laptop that I play League of Legends at 40 FPS. It's not a graphics intensive game.
How expensive is it?
$200.
$200.
Yeah, it was cheap. It wasn't expensive. It cost less than a console. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I could play it on an easy 40 FPS, and that's pretty good.
But how high can you crank the graphics up on that?
Pretty decent. Pretty decent. I kept it on medium graphics. It's pretty
Yeah.
good. Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's not a gaming laptop at all. It's not a graphics intensive game. If you were arguing about a game that was graphics intensive, then it would be a different story, but it's not.
Like Battlefield 3.
Kills.
Yes.
Battlefield 4 looks amazing, by the way.
No, it looks terrible, Benji.
Why would you say that?
IGN or GameSpot said that the PS4 version of Battlefield 4 looks a lot worse than the PC.
Well, it's because the PC version of every game is going to look better.
Yeah, it's always been like that.
If you
Battlefield
can-
3 compared to Battlefield 3 on the PC. Looking at it
That's
now,
just because it's
just
going to
a-
infinitely have more processing power, depending on how you build your computer.
Exactly. And you can
That's
always
just- that's-
upgrade your
That's
PC.
not like anything consoles can do about it. Computers will just get more powerful than consoles, just because consoles don't constantly get updated with new hardware. So it's just how consoles are.
I mean, apparently there's a moment in Battlefield 4 though, you can destroy a skyscraper and meant to be able to use it as a bridge?
Yeah.
Is that a scripted scene?
It might be a scripted thing.
It's cool, I guess, but it's scripted, so it's not really like.
Multiplayer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that feels like one of those gimmicks that's gonna get old fast. Like,
Yeah.
oh, let's blow up the building. I'm bored.
Okay, it's down.
And like the 5th time you've done it, you're just like, I don't want to see that building anymore.
Oh,
let's
who-
let's take it down.
And then you just watch. Go, okay, who took down the building this time?
It just like everyone just rages each other. It's like, Jerry, what did you do? You did it again. I told you, Jerry. This is not how we play as a team.
We need to keep this thing up, not on leaning onto another skyscraper. But look, I'll get Battlefield 4. definitely. If I had a good enough computer. Because I've been playing Battlefield 3 recently as well. And I've been getting slaughtered.
On computer or
On the computer.
PS3?
Computer.
Okay.
PS3, I'm amazing. When I go to computer, I'm like, oh my god, what's just happened? And I'd instantly get wrecked.
Single.
Everyone's like rank 100 on here, so I haven't got any of the good stuff.
Single player is terrible though.
Yeah. Every game recently, though, Battlefield and COD, I've heard that their single players are terrible these days.
Yeah, they're really boring.
What was the Black Ops 2? I thought single players sucked.
See,
I was
there you
always
go.
a fan of the Modern Warfare
Yeah.
campaign, so.
Well, I don't think any of the Modern Warfare campaigns were good except for the first Modern Warfare.
The thing what makes these games good is the multiplayer aspect.
Yeah, the
They- they-
multiplayer of Call of Duty is a strong point, but a single player has always been something that I don't think there's anything wrong with selling a game with purely multiplayer. Because
Yeah.
that's what Team Fortress is. It doesn't have a single player and no one cares. They still play it.
They should literally just make the entire game multiplayer. Make it entirely multiplayer. People buy it. Don't bother working your teams on a single player. Get those people working that onto multiplayer. Make it better. Give us
How much
something
more? I don't know how much more they could do with the Call of Duty multiplayer though. It's practically the same thing every time.
Add
New
dog
maps. New maps. They change around the perk system.
Add dog.
And then they released maps that they made it like 3 years ago as new ones.
Yeah. There's nothing really innovative about it at all. It's just it's slightly tweaked because of the perks and the new guns. But that's basically something you come up with in like a week of brainstorming.
Is there any other new games coming out that would be interesting? Do you think?
Interesting.
Interesting, yeah. I mean, Metal Gear Solid 5. That just keeps getting weirder and weirder. I just can't. I just really want it because of it now.
Looking at the launch titles for the Xbox One and PS4, I don't see much. Besides Dying Light, but
Dying Light.
looks-
Oh yeah, Dying Light. That's
Dying
the
Light's-
zombie one, isn't it?
it just looks like it's made by Techland, who made Dead Island.
Yeah,
so
but
this
this
looks
one
like a
looks really-
rehash.
But it's
Is that-
interesting because the zombies are stronger at night, and you obviously have to get all the supplies in the day and barricade yourself at night.
Couldn't they have just made that like an expansion to Dead Island?
Probably
It
not.
looks like the
It
same
looks the
game, I
same.
think.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
that's what
it's
it
like
is the
it's
same
like
game.
Treyarch and Infinity War with their Call of Duties. They claim they're different games, but they're both exactly the same.
Yeah, let's see. Dying Light will release on PS3, Xbox 360, and PS4,
And Xbox One.
and Xbox One. Thank God.
On April 1st, 2014. Long way away.
But by the looks at half these people, the trailers, like all these people are free runners or parkour. They could do all sorts of things. And planes come in, dropping off supplies.
Planes,
And then you got-
trains, and
for
automobiles.
Dying Light.
Yeah, Dying Light.
There was some game I think at Gamescom might have been called War Thunder or something like that.
I love War Thunder. I've got War
War
Thunder. Oh, it's a free game. It's amazing.
Out already. This is,
It costs 3 years of your life in blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes.
yeah, it's coming on Xbox. I think.
Xbox.
It's a fun game. It's fun. I'm
Oh.
flying the British side.
Well,
Clearly
I
do.
actually
I
have an
a
announcement to make.
Spitfire. My Spitfire will take everyone down.
What?
Yes. Spitfire Mark 5B. That's the one.
Oh.
That's the one I'm flying.
Okay, well, announcement, huh?
Okay.
Game that's coming out that's looking pretty good. King of Fighters 13 is coming out for Steam.
13.
Yes,
Oh.
King of Fighters 13. Well, King
sometimes-
of Fighters is basically it's a bunch of characters from all of SNK's older games.
Hmm.
So, I guess it's basically I don't know, like Marvel vs. Capcom, you know. Or I guess we're Marvel's Capcom, where Capcom brings in all its old characters, and SNK kind of does that for King of Fighters, and it looks awesome. Like, I am really hyped. It's a week away. Actually, it's 2 weeks away until it, and it looks amazing. So, I'm gonna get the word out there. Everyone buy it right now.
And then we all, if is it online? Because if it's online, we can all play together.
Oh, it's online.
Is there going to be a tournament mode? Is there going to be a tournament mode though, Matt?
No, probably
no, then
not.
it sucks already.
Oh, Benjie, Skullgirls is in an online tournament mode.
Oh, I know, but we love Skullgirls for that reason.
Yeah,
it has a tournament mode. It has a tournament mode, but that's only offline.
Yeah,
Oh,
unfortunately.
yeah. Maybe if we give them a Kickstarter, they could add a DLC.
Yes. Maybe if we do an 18th Kickstarter for Skullgirls. If there's ever a company that's used Kickstarter the most, it's probably the company that's made Skullgirls, because they kickstart like everything. It's like, oh, we need a new refrigerator for the rec room at our company. Oh, Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. Oh, is this why we can have food while we're making Skullgirls, guys?
They kickstart everything. Like, holy crap.
Oh, I wish we had projects good for Kickstarter. Not anymore. We can't even go on there. We've been banned from Kickstarter.
We weren't banned.
One?
No, we weren't banned.
Weren't we?
No.
Oh.
They didn't approve our project because we were considered a social media website.
Our social media website?
Because people can sign up and comment on our site apparently, so they turned it down.
Okay. So we have
They
to
said that's... Yeah, and we have we now have the new activity stream and stuff. So we were considered a social site, and they were like, we're not allowing social sites to fund projects at this time.
So linked to somewhere else, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And it was job done. Kickstarter hates us. And
Yeah, screw you, Kickstarter, and your stupid arts and craft Kickstarts that no one cares about.
yeah.
Newsflash, I don't want
$17
ladybug doilies, okay?
It was
That's
$17
not what I'm
million.
looking for.
$70 million to Star Citizen.
Or they're like, oh, kickstart my album for my neo-punk metal rock band. Only made music by myself, or something like that. It's just like, what?
Here's
No.
$100.
$100, you get to sit down with my creative self and learn how I write my music. Like, some of those Kickstarters are just weird.
Why?
They have a lot of cool gadget stuff on there though.
Oculus Rift, how did that start?
Is that a Kickstarter?
I can't remember.
Yes, it got kickstarted.
And there you go. And it was people who look at it now and go, that thing's amazing, and it is worth the money. And to think about that way, what game? What's a flight game now? I can't remember. No, they had Eve. They put Kickstarter and had them playing Eve, and it apparently looked amazing. Just think of Ed and Star Citizen as well. You did that for that, and everything about it just. One day everyone will have an Oculus Rift.
No,
I mean like because
I don't
really
believe
cheap.
in.
It'd be
I
really
don't believe,
cheap.
I don't believe in virtual reality, Benji. I believe in reality.
It isn't really virtual reality. All you're doing is wearing a screen over your head.
It's augmented reality.
There you go,
That is
augmented
the
reality.
technical. I did a research project in middle school on this, Benji. Don't question my knowledge.
Middle school.
Yeah.
Middle school.
Uh.
Those are days. God, I feel old. And on that sad old note,
We have some
like-
didgeridoo sounds.
we do have some didgeridoo sounds to bring us out in a beautiful way.
You sitting
Wonderful.
Are we all sitting comfortably here? Wait for it.
Perfect timing because pizza just arrived at my house, so it's time to eat that.
Wait for it. You need to listen to our amazing Steve
I do.
with his didgeridoo to bring us out.
Play us out, Steve.
Play us out. Go on.
Be quiet.
Goodbye, everybody. Turn the clicking, damn it. place where we have credits usually. Have credits for this podcast. He's coughing. He's coughing while playing.